I have finally gotten the opportunity on Doordash DashLink is right here in my market in the Dallas location. I have actually been waiting for this for some time now, and it's actually here. It's teased me a few times where I saw it on my app, but I wasn't ever actually click on it. But this time it's been completely different. So now when I go to the home page, I actually just have to click on those three little arrows on the very top left, which takes me to my screen right here. Go all the way down to the preferences. When you click on preferences, it actually shows where it says DoorDash, and also you click over to DashLink. And now I'm actually able to toggle over where it says requires a car to pick up groups of deliveries and deliver along a route. So when we click on that little arrow that's on the very bottom where it says manage DashLink, we go to this screen right here where it says offer wait list. And then it says today's date as in November 8th. And I saw this really late and it's a Saturday. And it says if you join right now, you're unlikely to get an offer, of course. But it also shows like earnings says 115 to 185. That ain't too bad. Depends how many miles and how long is this going to take you. I'm sure this where it says drive time, that's going to be a whole lot different when we probably see something. Going down where it says settings, receive DashLink offers only, and only get DashLink offers while on the wait list. So you can either toggle that on, toggle it off, and there's another little toggle one that says notify me when the wait list opens. I would definitely want to be alerted as well. And it says get alerts when the wait list opens daily at 9:30 p.m. Okay, that's a great thing to know, that I can actually get myself ready for that next day. So hopefully the waiting list won't be so terrible. But when you actually click on join wait list, it takes you to that I'm at spot 415. Wow, that's a long way. I'm not too sure how many dash links that they do in a day. I have no to the clue, but that is going to be something that I'm going to have to find out real soon. But then I just kind of think about, man, a little bit nervous about this. I don't really know how this could go, because even recently Nugs, he actually did his own little ride along story about his very first dash link, and it did not go very well. But today we're going to check out Mike from Your Driver Mike channel, and we're going to see how his first shift went on DashLink.
Whoa, that's $4 a mile, $23 an hour. You know what? It's a touch less per hour. It's a touch less per drop, but it's a lot more per mile. This is the one. And it's right basically like by where I live. Boom, there's the one.
Well, it looks like he found the one that he wanted right there. And let's look at that a little bit closer here, because it says $70.50, 2 hours, 55 minutes, 18 miles. That's what I really can't get over right there. It's 18 miles. And he said this is actually pretty close to where he lives. So this is actually gravy, because I know I really wouldn't mind just going to the facility. And the facility said I'm only 10 minutes away from the Dallas area. And if I come right back, I'm just like, okay. Hello, somebody. But let's look at how many orders. It said 47 orders. And for me, that's kind of a lot. It's not too bad. I know when I did my roadie, it was actually like 62, 63, I believe. And I'm like, man, I kind of regretted that. But even when it comes to like maybe 50, I guess 40 something wouldn't be bad. But the whole thing is like, it's definitely over that $20 an hour, right around that $25 an hour. But I'm also thinking about, I also kind of want to get paid if possible, because I know I'm going to drive to the location. I know that I'm going to have to wait there, get things situated, and that's going to take some time. I know I would like to get a little bit money per hour, just so I know I'm kind of not really losing like an hourly wage, or maybe around that $20, $25 an hour. If I can get more, it'd be even greater. But let's keep watching.
All right, so the way this is gonna work here, I'm gonna get to this warehouse. I'm assuming, because I've watched one DashLink shift already. I'm gonna show my ID. They're gonna give me a rolling cart of packages, I assume just like Flex, envelopes and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna have a predetermined route and be given the delivery order. I believe I could switch that order if I want. I'm just gonna follow the order.
Let's stop there just for a second. He said that there's a predetermined order, because this is a whole different animal. This isn't just like food delivery where you go to the restaurant and you pick up from there, then you go to your customer, then you go back and forth, the restaurant, customer. This is completely different because you're just going to pick up just one batch order of multiple different orders, but you're going to pick up all at one time. Then you're going to deliver it to all these different locations. So you think that might be something that you might like, enjoy? I think I'm definitely want to try it. So be sure and subscribe and get the notifications for when all my videos hit. Let's keep going.
That they give me, and then I'm just going to make basically contactless deliveries, take confirmation pictures. But this route is also going to be a little more challenging because it is all within like the greater Pittsburgh area city limits, basically. All right, we did it. I'm on the outside of the warehouse right now. 47 packages, 3 hours, $70.50. So here's how the pickup process was, and kind of like importantly, how does this compare to Amazon Flex? So you get there, there's a little ramp right here. We can see the drivers waiting. Let me squeeze by, guys, real quick. You just go up that little ramp into the warehouse and then find a parking spot. Now there's numbers on the wall, and I asked an associate, because I just parked, like there's a number on a sign stuck to the wall. And I said, do we have to park by a certain number? She said, no, there must be like an internal thing, or I don't know what it is. She said, don't worry about the numbers, just park anywhere you can find a spot. I parked, and then you go over to one of the associates and you show them your phone, and it's gonna present a QR code, and then you show them your license. There, they're gonna confirm your routes, confirm you're the right dasher, and then give you the rack of packages.
So that's pretty much how it is in the Pittsburgh market. Seems pretty easy. Doesn't seem that bad. It don't seem too scary, but this is still the pickup process. I remember my pickup process when I was doing roadie, and it was like a nightmare. I had to wait over an hour just to pick up my packages. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. Just to be honest, that's how I was feeling. I was like, at that time, I was picking up around 12 o'clock, and that was like midday, and I already had I'm trying to remember, it was like 7-8 hours, and I didn't actually get done till like 9 o'clock that night. So I'm just like, definitely know how to prepare for the next time. Then I'm not even want to talk about like all the issues with the app that I had. You can also see all that in my video playlist. It is the worst day ever. Let's get back to Mike.
It's basically like at your own pace. So like Flex, at least the last time I did it here in Pittsburgh, they wait until everyone's there, checked in, and then they point and direct you to line up in a grid pattern or rows. And then only when everyone's parked and all that's set, then they start giving out the racks of packages. Here, it was nicely based on like, you know, you pull in, you show your QR code, and you can go at your own pace. That is already wonderful. I like that. And she said, like, oh, is this your first time? I said, yes. That is wonderful. If this is your first time, you're not going to feel rushed. Now, she handed me her pen. I swear I have one in here, but again, it's your first time. Everything's going so fast. I forgot to check. She nicely handed me a pen, and she said,
it'd be a really good idea to take a pen with you just in case, so you mark the packages.
when you scan it, it'll tell you the stop number. Let me know if Flex updated that, but Flex, you have to like go somewhere else to find it. It might be on the tag, but you know, let me know in the comments. This, super clear. Every routed delivery app should do this. You scan it, it audibly
Stop 23.
Stop number 26. Scan a QR code on the, well, that's what you have to do, by the way. You scan a QR code on the actual package. So you're scanning each individual package. Same thing as Flex. Sometimes at one point you didn't have to do that on Flex, but typically you have to scan every package. So I scan the QR code, audibly, stop 1, stop 42, and it'll also pop up with text as well, and it stays up there for a few seconds. Pay attention to that. Use your pen, write on the actual package, you know, shipping label, what stop number it is. I like that. You want to load them by that stop number. The same thing we want to do on Flex. So here's my trunk. Here's how I laid it out. So the last stops, you put in first. Typically, I do 3 rows. So I'll do 3 rows in the back, 3 rows in the front. So the back are the last stop. So I'll do like stop, it was 25 to 35, and then 35 to 45 in different columns.
That's a nice setup right there. Look how that's really organized. Because what did he say? He has some of those last stops is going to be in the back portion. And he has, look at where it says that 1 through 15, that's where he's going to start. Then as he keeps on delivering, he's going to go through a 16 to 25 stack. Then he keeps on going to the next section, the 26 to 35 stack. That is an excellent idea. I think the only thing I'm going to do different, that I'm going to actually have my 1 to 15 in the passenger side seat. That's where I'm going to think. Every time I'm going to have like my next one up, I'm going to kind of rotate it to that front seat. That's pretty much kind of how I did my roadie. Set my roadie on my very first time going. It was a little bit crazier. I was not even this organized. I wasn't even that organized of how I just said it. I think they gave me like 3 different plastic bags, all according to like the certain city. And actually that 4th bag they actually gave me a 4th bag, but that 4th bag wasn't even supposed to have been mine. So I had to return that. But those 3 bags, I just pretty much just went right there in order. I had them stacked up right there, right beside me. This time I'll probably get like a plastic tub or something. I think that's gonna help out. Then I'm gonna have it all numbered, then labeled out, and kind of go from there. And another thing, going back to where he said, where he had to scan the QR code in the very beginning, that's one thing I'm like, I hope everything scans a lot better than what I had on roadie, because there was times when I was doing roadie that I actually had to type in the actual number that was on there. And I'm telling you, now that was a hassle. I even had one order, it was trying to send me to somewhere like over 100 miles in Louisiana. That's how bad of a time that I had on that day. But let's check out just a little bit more of Mike's ride along.
Delivery number 1 done. So you click arrived to recipients, you click scan package, which is exactly what I thought I was gonna do. Then you take the confirmation picture, the contactless delivery picture. Then you click confirm delivery. I told you it's just like a contactless delivery. And I went through that pretty quickly with you because, as anticipated, there's not a lot of miles on this route, and I'm already like a minute later at the next destination. So let me do this one. It should be pretty straightforward, which I like.
So that very first drop off seems like it was a pretty awesome success. And be sure and check out this video on the Driver Mike channel, because he gives a lot more thoughts and tips and tidbits for us all to learn. And you know what? This is pretty much how I got started, even when I was starting out with Uber Eats and DoorDash. I just watched other people's videos, just like how some of you are watching my videos and some of the other people's videos. This is just how we kept on stacking and learning from each other, because we actually want to make sure we're taking the right offers, where we're not feeling like we're cheating ourselves, because we don't want to feel like we're just almost doing this thing for free because all the gas that we're putting into our vehicle or anything like that. Trying to be over $20, maybe $25 an hour, that would be great. $30, even better. How you doing? So that's why we actually look at those dollars per mile, but not just the per mile, but we also want to factor in the time that we have to actually put into this thing. And time makes all the difference. Then you got to make sure you're going to a certain location where you feel more comfortable at, because I know when I've looked at some roadie orders, oh my gosh, there was some roadie XD orders that actually could have took me close to Oklahoma. And I'm like, Dallas to nearly Oklahoma? I don't think so. So make sure you're going to be ending up in a decent location where it's not too far from your house, or at least somewhere where it's paying you well enough for you to travel. And I think when I'm traveling, I'm not taking the Mustang, and I'm not taking the big baby, which is the SUV. I think I'm going to take my wife's car. I think I'm going to take the blue Kia. Yes, very gas efficient. I'll have even more room compared to the Mustang. I think I'm going to do that for sure. Yes. Then you got to think about DashLink also has metrics. I'm like, what? You got ratings now? Of course, all of mine are going to be 0 because I have never done this before. This will be my first time. I am a newbie. But anyways, it says deliver to customer. Then it says stay above 97.5%. So there's your bare minimum right there. Lost packages, you want to keep that at a 0 for sure, but stay below 2. I don't know how easy or how hard is that to do. I don't know. I'm just looking at these just make me a little nervous. If you ever done DashLink, if you ever done package delivery, let me know in the comment box, how does it make you feel? Have you been pretty successful at all this? Let's look at this one here. High quality photos, stay above 90%. Okay, so make sure these pictures are nice and clear where you drop it off at. Okay, I can do that. And we're going to get those lifetime DashLink deliveries on up. On the very bottom it says your ratings are calculated based on your past 400 deliveries and update as you accept new offers. Okay, this is not like a rolling 100, it's like a rolling 400 because there's like so many deliveries you can actually do in one shift. Very interesting. Man, I just almost can't wait until I can get started. I'm nervous and I don't know really just what to think. It kind of helps from watching Mike, it kind of helps from watching Nugs, but you really just not going to know till you just try and do it yourself. But I hope you got value out of this video, so if you would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and see me in the next video.